Oh! Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kyle and happy Outbreak Day everyone. If you guys basically don't know what Outbreak Day is, it is just essentially the day that all hell went loose on the Last of Us world and now everybody's getting infected. So technically around like, what was it, like 6 years ago today, the world got infected by the cordyceps fungus, so happy anniversary. But in all seriousness, you guys, today is a very special day because not only is it Outbreak Day, it is also the day that usually Naughty Dog and people at PlayStation and everyone just posts things and announces things and releases things. So today we got a few new merchandise items, statues, PS4 themes, which is all good and and everything. But first off, we are to look at a new not really trailer but behind the scenes trailer. So I'm just really excited that they're doing something like this, and I haven't really watched anything else that was released today. I just got off work, so I'm pretty sure all my reactions are going to be genuine when I see new gameplay or images or videos or anything like that. It's gonna be real, because I haven't seen anything yet. I've only seen a few screenshots here and there, but to actually see it in a video, that's completely different. So I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, you guys, it is technically 10 minutes long and I'm just really excited and I can't wait to watch it. And without further ado, here is my reaction to The Last of Us Part 2 inside the demo.
About a year and a half since we showed anything from The Last of Us Part 2. In that time, we've really been kind of like heads down, quiet, because we want to make sure we have the proper time to do this game justice.
And I respect that.
It's definitely our most ambitious in scope game that we've ever made.
We really wanted to wait until we had something awesome and new and exciting to talk about because we've been so mysterious.
Outbreak Day has always been a way for us to communicate with the fans about The Last of Us. It was like the day the outbreak happened in the fictional world of The Last of Us. And once we had this opportunity to line everything up for Outbreak Day, or in this case kind of an Outbreak Week, we decided to put out a story trailer with the date when the game's coming out, and then show the press actual gameplay, let them get hands-on with the game.
Oh my god.
We're always trying to strike a balance of getting people excited for this game, show them a bit more of a glimpse of the themes this game is about, the cycle of violence, this idea of how far would you go to exact revenge to bring justice to the people you love. And then we also show that Joel is back and you get to see him for the first time.
What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, oh my gosh. If you guys haven't watched my video reaction to that, the link is in down below.
So we're coming into that first demo in wintertime where snow covers much of the ground, much of the buildings, all the surrounding areas. We see what's life like 25 years after a pandemic has wiped out most of mankind. We pick up Ellie, who was 14 in the first game, is now 19. She's living in the city, Jackson.
Which is where Ellie and Joel have been living for the past 4 years in this sweet settlement. What we come upon is their regular day-to-day life. We're coming in on Ellie and Dina, her best friend, patrolling the outskirts of Jackson, looking for infected to clear out to keep the area safe.
Ellie and Dina at this point have been friends for several years, but there's been underlying romance between these two characters. From the demo we put out at E3, where you saw this festival and this dance, and these two characters kissed for the first time.
Which is awesome.
This demo takes place the day after.
And then over the course of the level, they encounter some truly dangerous things.
We wanted, just across the board, to make the enemies more threatening, to raise the tension that we started establishing with the first game. So that means the infected, even the lowest class, the runners, are more dangerous.
Oh, you can quick.
Something that was really important to us was empowering all of our characters, right, and making them all equal. Ellie, as we saw in the first game, is incredibly capable, but this is a world where you need to be capable to survive. And we wanted to empower
Dina's there for the rescue.
And the way that reflects in combat is, yeah, Dina is
way more effective.
So when we have Dina going out, while she may seem the less hardened character, she knows how to use a gun, she knows how to stealth, she knows how to kill a clicker as well as Ellie.
When we were looking to expand on The Last of Us 1 to The Last of Us 2, one of the things that jumped out as being an avenue that was really worth exploring was traversal. Ellie is so much more agile, kind of more athletic, that it seemed like we should really pursue this whole avenue of gameplay, introducing like a real jump, like a real arcing jump, has allowed us
Uncharted.
to make for a much
That's something that was the difference
more
between The Last of Us and Uncharted.
Frequently integrate well into combat setups as well.
She's able to move quickly in a lot of different ways. She can dodge attacks. She can squeeze through, we call them squeeze throughs. Oh, looks like I can fit through that. Oh, I can't fit through that. That's cool.
And that has been such a great integration into the combat loop of like, you're fleeing an enemy, you're trying to get a flank, you're in stealth, and you just kind of like scooch into a room or behind an object. In The Last of Us, you kind of rely on your weaponry. Like, they're frequently the difference between life and death. They're with you for the entire game. A lot of the gameplay choices that you make are based on how you use them, how you evolve them over time.
That's cool. It's different from the first
We really
one.
wanted to give an opportunity to look at them up close, to interact with them physically. And so the workbench seemed like the ideal place to do that.
I think over the course of the level, just talking about the tech for a second of just a snowy environment, we've got all the deforming snow stuff you'd expect.
That's
Rushing
awesome.
by on horseback, a branch in the snow falling and collecting on the horse, like all these things you would expect in a realistic grounded world.
I give props to people in
Naughty
Naughty Dog.
Storm kind of kicks up. Over the course of the level, it goes from more of a clear day into a blizzard. It's all just to build this tension of, the mess that they got themselves into. Can they make it safely out?
Eventually, they end up in this old abandoned library, and it's in this moment where Dina really pokes and wants to get the ball rolling on this flirtation, wants to bring down Ellie's walls.
And they kind of reveal to each other how much they like each other.
You're infuriating. Have you met you?
And then we have a second demo that the press played that's like much later in this story where Ellie started going down this road of revenge. She finds herself in Seattle, pitted against this group that controls the city.
Called the WLF. They're kind of a little bit like a militia that has taken over the town. They have a very zero tolerance policy on people who are not from Seattle, kind of intruding on their space.
And she hears over the radio that a male trespasser has been spotted, and she knows that the WLF are closing in on him. And so we find her negotiating this abandoned hillside suburb.
And she's running into this new enemy type of guard dogs that the WLF are using. Dogs have a new sense of perception to bring to the table, which kind of puts this really interesting wrinkle on stealth gameplay, where so far you've been dealing with sight and sound, trying to stay out of sight, trying to move slowly.
I love that. That's dope.
But now with enemy dogs, you have to worry about them picking up your scent trail.
If you go into listen mode, you can see, we have a visualization of that scent, so you can see like when the dog is sniffing you and where it's going.
Oh
you can throw bottles to distract the dog off of your scent, and it just adds this extra tension.
The second part of the demo, even though you're fighting human enemies, we're introducing one of our new infected classes, the Shambler.
And the Shambler is kind of a lumbering, tankier enemy that can take a lot of punishment. They'll kind of chase you down and try to get towards you and burst and leave behind them these lingering, corrosive clouds.
In the demo, we have this mini boss fight, and that class happens to be a stalker. It's a class between runners and clickers. It's a class that can hide and run away, and we wanted to do a lot more with them in this game. And because we have this evade mechanic, you can kind of go toe-to-toe with someone, and we can have these boss fights that we weren't able to have before. So you guys can go back and forth and exchange combos and evade each other and slam each other onto like desks, and we can now render all these physics objects, and it's all done in service of just grounding you more in this world, making you more immersed in this fight and feel like Ellie's barely surviving by the edge of her abilities.
Holy frick!
So for The Last of Us 2, we've kind of almost completely overhauled the player upgrade system. for the first time in the game, you're able to learn entirely new crafting recipes just via the upgrade system. These are abilities that make your character feel really different. You are really able to pursue the playstyle of your choice and kind of make the Ellie that you're playing your individual Ellie.
We designed the whole experience to be something where it's a balanced stealth experience where you have a lot of tools to escape, you have a lot of tools to evade, you can entirely stealth past everyone.
Got something. We'll look into it.
I love how
The
you
other
can
big
fall
thing
now.
we did to immerse the players make the human enemies much more threatening.
That's
They
good.
communicate a lot more between each other. Their AI is much more sophisticated.
Just like
We wrote
Uncharted 4.
most of the systems for this game. So much of this game is a conversation about the cycle of violence and how do we make violence feel impactful to the player.
You can't stop this.
Enemies have names, so when you're going around and you shoot someone, you might hear someone yell their buddy's name and they're now upset and agitated and that changes their behavior.
What is it?
We got something.
To make a fully realized world, to really honor the impact of this violence, you have to honor every person in it. Nobody's a hero here.
The demo is
Ooh.
2 to 3 hours of the game. You're seeing 2 different seasons, 2 different times of the year.
We're not gonna see it.
It feels like a lot,
It
and
does
it's
feel
a
like a
tiny
lot.
fraction of this entire game. And
That
as we
makes me
go through
so
these, we're going to
sad.
show more and more of the game, but we're going to be very mindful and conscious to not spoil like big things about this
Please
game.
don't.
And I'm just super stoked for people to finally see the whole thing once it's out on February 21st, 2020.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, whoa. Well, that was cool. That's honestly so cool that they are considering that stuff, you know? And just like Neil said, you know, it's like, it does seem like a lot, especially from what we've seen so far. There's so much that we can do and so much that we will do once we play the game, but then, you know, him saying that it's only like a small fraction out of an entire 2-disc game for the physical version, you know, 2 discs. You know, sure, Red Dead Redemption 2, you know, shipped with, you know, 2 discs, but that was an open world game, you know, with like all these different things and, you know, like just everything. But this is a more linear game, so you would think that, you know, it won't have as much as an entire open world game. But this game has so much that it's gonna be on 2 discs. 2! Like, it's honestly, like, it just, I don't think I can wrap my head around it, but it gets me so excited when I just look at that, look at the demos, look at all that we've gotten today, and just know that, you know, sure, they're gonna, you know, release little by little, but they're not gonna hopefully, you know, ruin the story, because they appreciate and they respect our feelings as much as, you know, they do in the studio. Because they care about these characters as much as we care about them, you know. Heck, they're the ones that are making, you know, this game for us, so they definitely care about these characters and the story and everything. So I'm just really happy that they are doing this, and that they definitely just, you know, decided, you know, now is the greatest time to, you know, start to reveal a lot of things. So all the waiting that we've been waiting for essentially almost 3 years since the announcement of The Last of Us 2, it's worth it, you know. Like, we're starting to get a little bit more. Of course, we're not going to get, you know, things on the weekly basis until maybe like closer to release date, but we will still be getting, you know, a good flow of information, which I'm just really excited about, and I just really can't wait. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What else can I say about it? You know, like, all the combat just looks amazing. It looks improved, which I love the combat in the first game, don't get me wrong. It was like mind-blowing at the time, but, you know, just, you know, going into this current generation of the PlayStation 4 and, you know, seeing how much potential there is on the PS4, then trying to go back, because technically people forget that The Last of Us is originally a PS3 game, so you could only do so much on the PS3, and sure, it got, you know, remastered and stuff, but it's still a PlayStation 3 game. So now that it has, you know, the PlayStation 4 mechanics for the part 2, there's so much more they can do. It's just like, you know, when they went from Uncharted 1, 2, 3 to Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy, they did so much. They increased so much. Did the AIs and everything, you know, the foliage, the scenery, everything just got a drastic upgrade. And that's what I see here too, which I'm really excited about. And the dogs, like I knew, like them introducing that, and you know, just them just making the ARs a lot harder and difficult. And you know, also the dogs is just really like something that, you know, maybe you might like get frustrated with at the time, but it just, you know, basically just, you get to play more, you get to really have that experience of, you know, not just hiding behind something. You actually have to move around and try, and you really feel like you will feel more accomplished once you do get past that level and you do finish everything, and you know, basically just successfully finish it all. So I'm just really happy that we're getting this information finally. And you know, starting from today, you know, September 26th, it's 148 days. I can't wait, you know. I remember what I was doing 148 days ago, so to think that, you know, 148 days from now, I will be playing this game, it's like, that's crazy, honestly. But you know, that's enough rambling for me. Just thank you guys for watching so much. If you guys haven't checked out my last video, which was basically just me reacting to the reveal trailer and the date, just link is down below. And that is about it. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next time, the wonder won't stop. See you guys later. Boo!